move on because we've got so much to cover here.
Yeah, there is a
Florida
lot.
at Duke, I think, was probably the best game
Oh,
of them
100%.
all. I didn't get to watch all of this game, but I did get to watch.
Oh,
Um,
seriously?
what?
You didn't get to watch all of it?
I didn't get to watch all of it. No.
Dang, I watched every second
Um,
of it.
but I did get to watch. Well, I think I was at church for part of it.
This was
Or was that
Tuesday night,
Tuesday? This was
brethren.
Tuesday. What were we doing? Yeah, that was right. What were we doing Tuesday? I don't know, but I didn't get to watch all of this game, but I did watch, a good portion of the second half, and gotta give it to Florida because I've been kind of down on Florida and the way they fought in this game. You know, they kept it close, and like you literally texted us and said at the end of the game when I was watching, you were like, "Dude, this game's over. Like, Florida just won this game," and then
Dude,
Duke just comes up clutch. I think it was
Isaiah
it
Evans.
Evans? Yeah, Evans hit that incredible three after not hitting one like all game.
Yeah, I think he was 0 for 9
Yeah,
until
dude,
he made that one.
it was not having a great game, and he hit that three, and it's
I think. I need to
everything
look at that real
changed.
quick.
Dude, I will say, I've been down on Florida. I still am. I don't think they're gonna be as good as last year. That's very clear. Um, but the way that they played at Duke, they had a chance to win. I was really, really, and with the time that I watched, really, really impressed with Boogie Fland in that game. I thought he was the best player on the court aside from Cameron Boozer. Um, he was really, really good in this game. So
Yeah, my bad. He went 1 of 8, so he was 0 of 7, and then 0 of 7
didn't hit that one.
and hit that one.
Uh,
I think he was. The only reason I think Boogie Fan played incredible, had a great night, but I think Thomas Houck was the best player besides Cameron Boozer. He finished with 24
yeah, he had a great game.
points, played 40 minutes. A guy who was sitting the bench last year.
Not sitting the bench. He came off the bench.
I mean, he came off the bench is what I meant to say. Coming off the bench last year is now the best player on that team. He is 100%. And he should have had 26. And what I mean by that is I'm gonna make a clip of this so all of you can see it. Duke had an egregious goaltend. I mean, it was beyond obvious, and the refs didn't call it. Now, here's why they didn't call it. The announcers even talked about it. They said everything now is coach's challenge. So
yeah,
if they don't call the goaltend, you can't challenge it. And they didn't call it. Last year,
you can't challenge a goaltend. That's not true.
Yeah, you can. If they call goaltending, you can challenge and say, okay, I don't think that's goaltending. We want to challenge it.
That's what I'm saying. You can challenge a goaltend.
I thought you said you can't.
I thought you said you can't.
That you can't challenge it if they don't call it. So like it was goaltending, but Todd Golden can't drop his thing and be like, oh, it's goaltending. They have to call goaltending.
Why?
It's the way it works.
I need to look that up. I don't think that don't sound right.
That's what the announcers were saying, and that's why I was like, man, that's really unfortunate for Florida, because if let's just say the game played out the exact same way, Florida walks away with a win and a huge upset.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, it's tough. Refs are going to get calls wrong, but that is a tough one to swallow. I mean,
yeah, and dude, I don't know if there was something in the water on Tuesday night. Every game was like pretty poor offensively, really low scoring.
Well, I mean, I think this shows some elite. There was some elite defensive play.
Yeah, maybe I don't know quite if I would go that far, but
I thought there was I thought it was great defense.
Well, on that game, yes. I mean,
I'm just talking about Florida Duke.
Oh,
bro.
Okay.
Florida Duke. Sorry.
Yeah, yes. That game definitely was some elite defense for sure. But Florida still shot 37% overall, 25% from 3. Duke 45% overall, 27% from 3. So not horrible. Well, 37% overall is not great. 45% is pretty good, I think, as a team. But both 3-point percentages are really bad.
Well, I want to go back to Boogie Flang because I've kind of talked about him, not being as good as those guards. Obviously, he's not as good as Walter Clayton. But anyways, what I like why I say he was the best player on the court is his command at the end and, like, he wanted the ball in his hands, and when he did, he hit the big shots.
Yeah.
Now, I get it, at the end, he did turn the ball over, that was obviously a big mistake, but before that, man, he was keeping them in the game in those last few minutes,
Yeah.
hitting some big shots. Xavier Lee continues to disappoint, 1 of 10.
Yikes.
1 of 10. How is that possible?
I saw something. I can't remember the
I just
exact
don't get
contract.
it.
I think it said the biggest 6 million robbery ever.
He's
'Cause I think
6?
I think that's what I think that's what it said. Let
No,
me
it
let me
can't
look it up
be.
real quick.
Can't be true. He is completely underperformed. I don't know. Still
Yep,
really okay.
6 million.
I can't. Oof. That's bad.
Total value is 6 million. And it said that the thing said biggest robbery ever because he's just
Damn.
been bad.
He's
I
been
mean,
he's been really bad. He's
there's
been
just
really
no way
bad.
they're around it. Um, what's crazy is Florida had the offensive rebounds 20 to 11,
Yeah, dude, that's what kept him in the game, I think, was these rebounds.
but only had second point margin was 15 to 8 Florida. Only 7 points, only 7 point
Off
difference
those.
when you had
Yeah.
20 to 11. That's not good. That's not a good second point margin.
I mean, at least they had the margin.
Yes, yes.
But hey, you gotta give it to Florida. I still don't think this is a top 10 team. I think it's like a top 15, top 20 team.
Yeah, I think they're rightly placed right
Um,
now.
they could I guess they could climb the top 10, but, um, I just don't see it. They're obviously not as good as last year, but again, gotta give it to them for fighting here and giving Duke a big time challenge. They were down by 12 at half, and that's
Yeah,
like, okay, this game's clearly over. They fought, man, and they got it really close, but ultimately just choked in the end. I mean, they had it. They just gave up the three, then turned the ball over, and game over. So,
yeah, and I think you'll see Florida win some big games down the
oh,
road.
they
They got
definitely will.
they got some. They're not gonna be. I hope like when we say what we're saying, we're not saying they're gonna be a bad team
Yeah, they
because they're
are
not.
terrible.
They're not gonna be a bad team.
I see them winning. They're going to win some really big games, but I do see them like losing some games they shouldn't be losing.
Yeah, they probably
You know,
they
like
probably will.
they will because they lost to TCU already. They
Yeah,
were this close to losing to Florida State at home.
that's
I mean,
right.
it was a 2-point game.
Yeah,
Um, so they're going to lose some games they're not supposed to lose, and they're going to win some big games just because they are talented still. Just not as talented as last year.
yeah, and that's
Um,
hard to do anyways.
yeah, like I said, I think it's like a top 15 team, top
Yeah.
20 team.